Hi guys, so in this video let's talk about the one real way to really lose in life, okay? And let me start the video with, saying something at the beginning. I don't think, anybody's a loser in this life, right? We play different roles and there's a whole explanation behind that I could go into, but I'll leave that for another video, right? But so let's just get into this one. And one real way to lose, for me, truly, right, is never to try something, right? When you don't try something, there's 100% chance it will not work. It cannot, right? You never tried it. So when you talk about getting yourself in shape, or maybe you want to make more money, or whatever else it may be, right? The only way to really lose, and like for it never to happen if you don't try, right? Because it's guaranteed. But when you try, when you take the first step, there's always a chance. Maybe, like, let's say your goals are very profound, very huge, and you don't see a way how you will get there, right? But if you even try, there's a smidge, right, of a chance. There's some chance, that it will happen for you, you know. So I don't believe that when a lot of people try different things, and especially, it will never be somebody who makes a comment that has tried and kind of, what other people would say, fail, right? Maybe they tried and didn't work out and stuff, and somebody else goes, oh, yeah, he tried this and failed. No, that's not how it works. He didn't fail, right? He tried something. He put himself out there. He learned some lessons, right? Maybe he found a way how not to do something. That's not failure, right? That person should be encouraged and applauded, because most people in life, majority of people, will never try anything, let alone try anything new, right? And put themselves out of the comfort zone, right? Because it's uncomfortable and we like to stay in our little comfort bubble, right? And our ego even will try to sabotage in order for us to stay in that comfort bubble, because what? It's safe, right? So even if you try, you're already miles ahead of most people, right? So don't ever listen to somebody who will respond, negatively to it. And I promise you, nobody who has tried and achieved something and maybe failed but put himself out there will ever make those comments. They will not, because they understand what it takes, right? And how you have to take risks, right? So they will never make that comment. The only people who will make those comments is the people who didn't, will never try, and therefore they will judge others, right? Um, so even recently, one of my buddies kind of, he's trying something new, and I'm not gonna go into specifics. And he said, I'm trying, and I'm like, yes, good. Like, that's what it's about. Like, when you try, you don't fail. You always learn. You always advance, right? Whether it's a particular topic that you're working on, right, in a particular field, but you can, learn a lot of valuable lessons, right? You learn about yourself, right? What if you become stronger? Let's say you try some business and that fails, but the journey, right, of you trying and maybe failing and figuring out the steps and everything else, it's about who you became, right? So even though what a lot of people will say failed, you didn't fail, right? You learned so much, and now you can take those things that you learned and apply them to something else and get better at it, and maybe the other thing will work out, right? So to me, there's only one type of failure. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's never trying, right? And when I started kind of my journey up, like 6 years ago, just going through a lot of stuff and started working on myself, right, and trying to advance and get rid of, a lot of negative programming and a lot of stuff that we use as excuses why you can't, right? Then I kind of learned a lot, right? I didn't say, well, I can't try this because of this and this. No, you just take the first step and the next step and the next step and you keep going, right? Um, and if you do try and people are like, oh, this person went, let's say, bankrupt and made bad choices. What? No, that can happen to anybody, right? One really bad decision in your life, or let's say with regards to bankruptcy even, right? Oh, he tried a business and he failed and stuff, but it's not that simple and cut and dry, because one bad decision even in your business, or maybe let's say you have some health stuff happen to you, right, and you don't have insurance, let's say, I'm using this hypothetical situation, and that could send you back so much financially, where maybe you have to, declare bankruptcy or whatever in this point, right? So please do not ever get discouraged by people who say these kind of things. It comes from their own fears, insecurities, their own bad programming, right? So one tip that I would do is maybe keep, especially when you start doing stuff, right, or whatever you're trying to achieve or work on in your life, keep it to yourself. Or, right, maybe tell somebody that is gonna kind of encourage you, be positive, and have your back, right? Maybe that's your spouse, or somebody you're really your best friend, right? Somebody you're close with. That's not gonna be, and like, if you know these people, then you know what their reaction is gonna be, right? So if it's somebody negative and pessimistic and just their outlook is not positive in life, maybe I wouldn't share that with those people, right? Tell it to somebody who will encourage you, right? Because what a lot of times happens, right? You tell your idea to somebody you think is going to have your best intentions, and they don't, and like I said, they have their own negative programming, right? So their opinion will be like, oh, you can't do this, you can make it, that's impossible. They will find a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do it. And if you are still just starting out on your journey and are not set and very confident in what you're doing, it might put doubt in your mind, right? And then their doubts become your doubts, and if your doubts become strong enough and repetitive enough, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle, right, from that point. So like I said, share it with the people who maybe try things in their life too, right? Take risk, and they are accountable for themselves, right? Not just kind of saying and projecting from their own insecurities and fears. Okay, so please, if these videos resonate with you, subscribe and like and share your own kind of stories about what I'm speaking about, relating to the topic, of course. Share any maybe helpful tips that you use from your life, right? Or even just your opinion, what you think about kind of this video, and what you would want to see in more videos and stuff, right? So I'm just getting started here, guys, and I want to speak about so many topics and hopefully help some of you, any of you, a lot of you in any way, maybe give you that aha moment where something clicks and something inspires you or motivates you, okay? So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.